Hello, it's Collector Sleuth here, and today I have some 2020 Walgreens Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise. I'm going to start with some ornaments, and then I'm going to show you some items that they came out with this year that have like some similarities to ones that they've released in similar years. Anyway, here is the first thing, Walgreens Exclusive. Jack Skellington here, dated 2020 ornament. And they did have one last year that had 2019 on it. And I think they had a 2018 one as well. So let's see. So here's what he looks like. So pretty cute. Let's put it that way. And then the next one I have is also a Walgreens exclusive. And this one I think could have been a really cool ornament, except I don't like the expression on his face. I think his mouth, I think they elongated down too far or something. But other than that, it's a really cool ornament. I actually kind of like this one. Let's see. Like his bow tie's got a lot of good detail in it. Oh, it's like bendable. That's cool. It's like a rubbery. I don't think that's resin. I think it's some rubbery material. And then his hand's got the same kind of thing going. Some kind of maybe a thin resin or something, but lots of detail to the hands. As far as like, you know, making them spindly or thin and individual. It's kind of cool. But yeah, his face, I don't like the expression on his face, or at least the way the sculpt work is. Actually, I think his present feels kind of rubbery too. Huh. And then you can see where he's bursting out of there. So I think it's a really cool concept. I think the sculpt work as far as like from the neck down looks pretty good. But the sparkly hat, I wish they wouldn't have added the sparkle because they don't have it on the bow. I think it would have been, but it's not bad. It's just it's extra texture, I guess. But actually I could have done. No, the hat's, yeah, ties in the Christmas concept here, but yeah, the expression on the face is the only thing that I'm not caring for. Otherwise, really cool ornaments. Fairly lightweight. Yeah, and it's considerably different than what they've done in the past. So yeah, I mean, it was really neat. It's really neat, but could have done maybe a little better sculpting work on the face. All right. And then the next ornament, I actually purchased this one from Walmart. Though I'm sure you could probably get it somewhere else. But I got this from Walmart in the Halloween section, or in the Hallmark card section. But it's with the Halloween ornaments. And the Halloween ones have this orange top on it versus the red card. And so this one's kind of got this saw blade style here. And I think this ornament's really cool too. I really like this ornament. And it is metal. It's one of the metal ones. Get him off of there. Man, they really got him on there. Okay. So pretty cool. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the snow globes from Walgreens. I got these, my Walgreens just started putting these out. I thought they were a little bit late this year getting with it. And I went to two different ones and they both seemed to be taking their time putting these things out. The Walgreens I went to, where I actually found the items, the other one didn't have theirs out yet at all. They only had some of what they carry out. And so this is what I ended up picking up. I went on 2 different days because a couple of the snow globes they didn't have out the one day. They did have out the following day. So the first one is this snow globe, or this train style snow globe. I'll go ahead and take it out of here. This one should look familiar. Last year or the year before, I don't remember what year they came out with the other train snow globe, but they've done this train snow globe before. But this one is a little bit different. And I'll show you, I got the one from previous years with me over here that I'll compare it to. So let me yank this. Oh wait, let's go ahead and see it lit up. So you just push this little try me button and you can see it lit up. And it should play This Is Halloween, I think. Yeah, it does. Oops. So anyway, we have this train style snow globe with the jack-o'-lantern on the top. And it's purple and black. And you have Jack behind a tombstone with a translucent looking 0 in front. Hey, stop playing music. Now on the back you kind of got this cool sculpting work here. Some bats sculpted in. It's really cute. The one from the previous year looks like this. Whatever year that was. And so they look very, very much alike. This one's more of a pinkish purple. This one's more of is a deeper purple here. We have 0 on this one and not on this one, obviously. This jack-o'-lantern has a gold lit up face. This one's a black face. And then on this one, you have Jack and Sally seated on a bench. Very much like that snow globe back there. Only you have 0 on this one. And so they are kind of recycling some of their designs. I mean, they've pretty much been doing that for a while now. They really aren't very original as far as coming up with new poses and new concepts and things like that. It's usually just recycled, slightly different, maybe a thing or two added, maybe some slightly different paint job or something like that. So if you already have this one, or this one's from this year, so if you already have this one, you may not bother getting this one or whatever. For me, there was enough of a difference that I ended up buying the this year's one right here. This one is actually, The Night for Christmas, is also written more white and more pronounced, and this one it's more of it's in a silver color. And so they are different, but not substantially different. The biggest difference is what's in the snow globes here. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I think this one was more detailed as far as the added sculptural 0 on there. But then since he's inside, I guess they didn't need to do that. And let's see, the next snow globe, and the new color this year is this green, this like bluish green teal color right here. And they do change that up every year, it seems like. They do a slightly different color on the items, which is kind of on the boxing, which is cool. I kind of like that. That they would change that up. Okay, let's see if we can get this off. And they really twist that on there. And these snow globes retail for about $20 a piece. And for a snow globe, that's actually pretty good price, and they're not awful. I mean, for cheaper quality items, I don't think they look terrible. We got Jack and Sally and 0 sitting on a bench inside this one, and we got a silhouette of the town outside here. And I thought this base looked familiar to me, but the closest snow globe that I have with this kind of a base, it is different. So I thought maybe they recycled the base. They didn't quite recycle the base, so it is a little different. So anyway, this one is very similar to a previous year one, which is this one. This one came out, I don't know, a year or 2 ago, or however long ago, where you have the exact same scene on the inside. It's exactly the same. So the only difference is the base. So if you have this one, you could probably get by without buying this one. Like I said, there was a difference enough to where I ended up buying this one, but it is a little frustrating because you don't want to spend another $20 on an item that's virtually like pretty much like another one. So let's see if this one plays. Okay, so this is Halloween. And even the inside. They both play the same song. They both swirl the same color snow as well. So there's that. And let's see, that was this year. Starting to confuse them with previous years now that I got pull those out. Okay, and then the next one we have is this Jack and Zero. Now this base is considerably different than what they've done in the past. So this one I kind of like that they at least changed. It seemed like they made a more substantial change on this one. But yeah, they're starting to recycle designs. With Sally, they were doing that for a while now. That she's almost always kneeling, holding a rose or a cat next to her, and they just kind of slightly change things about her or put something different next to her, but the pose is almost always the same with her. So hopefully they'll change her up. Maybe if they do some Christmas snow globes this year, hopefully they'll change her a little more. Make her a lot more different than what they've been doing. So anyway, here is Jack and Zero with the tombstone there, and here's the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern base. I kind of wish they would have made the jack-o'-lantern look more Nightmare Before Christmassy than this one, because the jack-o'-lanterns in that movie are recognizable. So this one doesn't quite look like one from the movie, but it's okay. And then we got the ghosts do look like the ones in the movie. And there's a little bug there. I would say it's a spider, but it doesn't really look like a spider. It looks more like an ant with the extra legs on it. So I don't know. Anyway, here is a ghost on this side and a ghost on this side. And so I really do like that. Paint job could have been a little bit better. But yeah, I really do like the ghosts. So that's cool. And this one I think plays this as Halloween as well. Yeah. And it blows the snow. I like that they have their own blowers where you don't have to shake them. It'll shake on their own. That's pretty cool. So this one, as far as the inside, looks similar to this one. You have Jack in front of a tombstone, and they swapped out Zero, or Sally with Zero. So there is a difference there. But I think they have this scene on the base of a previous snow globe. So a lot of times they'll take whatever scenes they put on the front and they'll put that inside. So they've changed, they kind of recycle, like I said, their posing and that sort of thing, whether they put it in here or take what's in here and put it out here. They do that quite a bit as well. So anyway, this snow globe is quite a bit different though. The base is substantially different than any base that they've done in the past. So I would recommend this one. I think it's really cool. And it was about, I think, between $15 to $20. The price, I don't remember exactly. Some of them are $20. But it seems like some of the lesser, I think these are $20. And maybe the more sculpted ones are around the $25 range. So that one's really cool. Yeah, I would say these are $20 for those. I wonder if it's written on the box. Let's see. They definitely have it at the store on their stickers. But I don't remember quite what I paid for them. But I would say it's probably about $20. Which is pretty good for a snow globe. And they don't look too bad, especially from a different distance. They actually look pretty nice. So I have really no complaints for a $20 snow globe, and this is what you get. I think looks for 20 bucks. I think you're getting something pretty nice here. And then they did have one sculpted. It seems like they always do this type, and then they do like one with sculpting work outside of the globe with like a smaller, less ornate globe on it. You know, less going on inside the globe, like this one. And it seems like they do one of these every year where they have more of a statue with a globe on. So let's check this one out. And this one is substantially different too. This one, they've not done anything like this one. So I'm pretty pleased with that. You have Jack coming out of the fountain here. And I really wish they would have made this the green pool stuff rather than the stone color, because it should be going into, right, you know, the green water going into the water there. Not sure why they didn't do that, but they didn't, but that's okay. It still looks pretty cool. Okay, let's get this. There we go. Oh wait, we can write this up too. Wow, that one really lights up. Oh, that's cool. Hey, let me get this out. Let's look at this better. Getting distracted with it. Okay, so this one, the sculpting work is not like great, but it's not bad. I was actually surprised about how well this looked for a Walgreens quality globe. The horns could have stood to be a little bit longer. Obviously, he has much longer horns than this. I kind of see why they didn't, because it's more potential for breakage, but he does have bigger horns. And then in here we have Zero inside the globe, and then you can see his green goo coming out of his mouth and into the globe. Actually, from looking at it at this angle, you can't really tell they're separated, but they are, see? Space going down here. So they did a nice job making it look like it ties into it. And let's see, this one I think is musical. Yeah, please. Now this one makes sense to play this as Halloween, because this is the end of the song, right, when he comes out of the water here. But anyway, let's look at this lit up. This one really lights up, so that's really cool. It looks like the, you know, the glowing green water here. Pretty cool. And other than that, it's pretty simple. It's pretty much just the fountain. There's no, you know, kids or any other sculpted characters outside here. Been kind of cool maybe if they put the mummy boy and the corpse child back there holding on to the edge here would be cool, but they didn't, and it's, you know, it's Walgreens, so I wouldn't expect too much from them anyway. But and then this could have stood to be that bright green color as well. But other than that, I actually kind of like this globe. I think it looks, I mean, it's not Disney store quality, but you wouldn't expect that for the price that you pay for these. So pretty nice. I'm gonna let you look at that for a little bit. And then the next thing I have are these candelabras. Grab this. Okay, so for this year, 2020, is this candelabra, and here you have a jack-o'-lantern right here, which I think could look, I wish they would have made it look more like a Nightmare Before Christmas jack-o'-lantern. This one comes closer than this one. If I was just to look at this jack-o'-lantern from here down, I would not be able to tell this from the Nightmare Before Christmas. So I wish they could have copied that style a little better than they did here. Here it just looks like a simple jack-o'-lantern. It doesn't really look like the one from the movies. But anyway, you got a lot of detail here on the stem here. And then here you have these jack faces. The sculpting work on these, I will admit, is not the best. This one looks the best, probably, of all the three heads here. This one I don't like at all. But from a distance and as a Halloween piece, it looks really nice. Definitely, we could definitely get some spooky candles with some drippage on it and put that in there, and yeah, that could be a really cool Halloween piece. And then the one from the previous years, whether last year or the year before, this is what it looked like. So actually, there is quite a bit of differences here. They look very similar. Down here, the base is a little more. The feathers are a little more, got more going on with them. Like they're finer, and these are a little more bulkier. And then here you have a jack face versus the jack-o'-lantern. If this looked like a Nightmare of Christmas jack-o'-lantern, that I think would look super cool. I like it better than the jack face here. If it looked more, I think they came up with a good idea here. Oh, if it looked like the not just any jack-o'-lantern, but the Pumpkin King Jack. Yeah, that would look really cool. It's too bad they didn't do that. do that pumpkin king jack face right here. That would have been awesome, but they didn't do that, unfortunately, because that does not look like that at all. So, but here you have Jack, but here, this is from a previous year. I think it looks like he had false teeth and they fell out. It's like he's sucking his mouth in. I don't like that. I think the sculpting work could have been better on this. And then the heads, you got this one here. This is a different face, and then you got this one again, which is this one, which is the worst one, so I hate that they copied that one again. Would have rather had this one. But, yeah, I mean, and these were about $20, so, and they're really heavy resin. I gotta give them credit for that. These are really heavy. Very solid. Don't look like they'd break very easy. I think they're a little crooked. This one's a little crooked, so when you put a candle in it, it's going to lean this way. You may have to force your candles to, you may have to pry them closer this way or put something underneath one side to get it to be straight. This one looks straighter. So I don't know, I have to put candles in there and see how straight it actually is. But this one does look a little crooked. And it could be just the one I have. Maybe a different one from this same candelabra, they may have gotten this straighter. I mean, sometimes it's just a manufacturing thing, and mine might just be crooked. So anyway, there's those. But this one was from this year, 2020, and that's the only what I would recommend that the company do. The only recommendation I would make would be they should have made this look more like the Pumpkin King Jack face. I think that would have looked really cool. But anyway, let's move on to something else here. Those are cool. What they are. And now this one, this is a little different this year. They came out with these like kind of little peekaboo or whatever you call that concept with these Jack and Sally and these little pumpkins. I thought this was kind of neat. These were $15. And they are resin, and they're not super light. I'll give them that. They're like, I think they are probably hollow to a point, but they're pretty heavy. So you have Jack coming out of a black pumpkin. I really wish they could have done something more with this. Like, she has some like scroll work like on her dress, patchwork or whatever. That looks like it would have came off her dress on this pumpkin, but they didn't do anything with this. They just made a solid black. It'd been nice if they made it look like maybe put some stripes on it or some swirls or something, but they just made it a solid black. And his top, you can see that the top of the pumpkin sitting on his head would actually not fit on top of this pumpkin. If you were to take him off and put this down, this is considerably smaller than the hole that was made. And so, I mean, that's a technical thing. It's maybe nitpicky, but this should, you know, theoretically be as big as the opening, right? But other than that, you know, it's not, it's a minor thing that they just didn't, scale-wise, did not get this big enough to fit the hole. But pretty cool. And then with Sally, she's in this really pretty kind of green, tealy green, gray-green color here, pumpkin. It's really not, as far as the color of her face, it doesn't really contrast much. It doesn't pop. Her face doesn't pop as far as the color goes because the scheming's kind of close. But I really like this color, though. It's a really pretty color. I'm not sure how I'd feel if these were painted, maybe to look like her dress. That might be too busy. It might just be fine just being the solid green versus adding a little more color. But anyway, here she is. And also, same thing with her pumpkin top. It's not big enough to fit the hole. Now this hole has more like curves. So they didn't, I'll give them credit on this. They actually made the pumpkins look considerably different from one another. Versus using the same mold and then just changing the face. They actually use considerably different molds. I mean, her pumpkin looks considerably different than his. His has got the more of the pumpkin lines in here. His top is more rounded and smooth. It's got some, you know, edging here, but hers is more jagged. So I'll give them props for not being lazy and using the exact same mold, just changing the faces. So that's pretty cool. And they even changed the colors, and even the tops are a little different. So anyway, I thought these were kind of neat. If these are something you're interested in and your Walgreens is just starting to put these out, my Walgreens only had one of each. They may have had more and they just didn't have them out on the shelf yet. I don't know, but mine only had one of each. So I would definitely jump on these if this is something that you want. I wouldn't wait too long for that. The next items I have are some 12-inch statues, or thereabouts. Got Jack and Sally this year. So here's the Jack one. He's holding Jack-o'-lantern. Standing up against a stone wall with the name Nightmare Christmas on the bottom. And then the Sally, I think this pose has been recycled as well. She's kind of looking down, and she has her apron on in this one, and it's a fabric-y material, which I like. I think that's neat. And then she's got this bowl of soup, this cauldron of soup down here that she makes for Dr. Finkelstein, and it's got her wooden spoon in there. So this is kind of neat. I kind of wish they maybe would have posed her differently versus her hands behind her back, maybe having her hand holding the spoon or something to that nature. But I like that they at least changed it up as far as the subject matter. This one is obviously when she makes the soup for Dr. Finkelstein. So that's pretty cool. And I think her hair looks pretty good. They got it kind of swaying to the side here, and it's got actually a lot of texture to it. And I think the paint job on her is pretty good. Her socks are not the right color, but missing the stripes on them. The painted stripes. They got some seams here, but not... Looks pretty good. I think those look pretty nice. Sally is at borderline, maybe looking kind of somewhat cross-eyed, but not too terrible. I think her face looks better than Jack's. Alright. And then the next items I have are some succulents. And now these are fake. These aren't real plants in here. These also came from Walgreens. I think, actually, the Bradford Exchange has a set of these. I don't know, like, size-wise, because I don't have the Bradford Exchange succulent set. But they have a collection that you can purchase through the Bradford Exchange that are succulents. That come, I think, in a set of 2 per issue. I don't have them, so I'm not sure how that works on those. But these I went ahead and bought from Walgreens because I thought they looked pretty cute. They're ceramic heads. These are ceramics. Got a little bit of rock on the inside, and then these fake plastic succulent flowers inside. And they were... They were $5.99 each, which is considerably cheaper than what they are at the Bradford Exchange. And size-wise, I can't compare. They might be bigger from the Bradford Exchange. I'd have to look at the specs on them, but to know. But anyway, knowing how expensive the Bradford is, they probably are about this size. Anyway, here's Zero. He's really cute. And then he's got a pinkish colored, orangey pink flower. And then here's Oogie Boogie. His is black. He's got his little piece down there. Here's Sally. Got her colored flower, purple and green color. And here's Jack. The black one as well. The succulents, I think Zero's probably my favorite. I think he's really cute. I wonder if he's got his little ears at the back. Oh, he does. Yeah, there they are. Cute. And I would say Sally's probably the worst one. But for the most part, they are really cute. I usually don't buy things like this, but this is pretty cute, so I went ahead and purchased these. And they, like I said, they were $5.99 a piece, so you're looking about $24 for the set. And another item I bought that I usually don't buy are these little miniature trees. I went ahead and bought this one because I have, you know, a couple miniature trees as it is, and they're hard to display for me. They take up a lot of space, so I don't usually buy them. But This one had the snake around the base, and I thought that, or as the base, and I thought that was really neat. So I went ahead and bought this. And let's see what this looks like. Also, I usually don't buy these because they look pretty cheap quality. And I have a lot nicer quality trees already, so I mean I really don't need any more of them. Let's see, Sally. Oh, they kind of just zip tied those on, huh? I think you can just stretch this out. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they got that curved down in the box. You're gonna have to adjust it a little bit because 0 up here is kind of hanging. Let's see if we can't adjust it. Oh, whoa, don't break it. Okay. I want it to look like it did in the picture here. And this supposedly lights up, so we'll, it's got a battery box, so we'll try that in a minute. Problem with this plastic stuff is that once it bends for so long in a certain position, it wants to stay there. I'm having trouble with the 0 showing himself straight up here. He wants to bend back where he was. Okay. Yeah, he's wanting to bend back. You might take a little bit of effort to get him to stay in a acceptable position. Anyway, it came with these little ornaments. This green color seems to be the color this year for these nightmare items. I don't see any hooks in here, so you may just have to just dangle them off one of the branches, I guess, what they want you to do. Just pick a branch. Let's see. Where can you go? Got it. Yeah, let's pick a spot. Okay. Got those on there. Now let's put some batteries in this and let's see what we got. This part feels, the snake part's resin. He's really cute. I like the snake. And this tree's like a rubbery material. Got some batteries here. It takes, looks like double A's. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I wonder if the lights change color. Looks like they just stay that pink color. I like a pinky red color the lights are. Some areas look a little orange and some areas look more pink, so. So there's that. So next I have is some Nightmare Before Christmas Walgreens animated plush. This year they had quite a few of them. Usually they come out with like 2 or so, but it seems like, but this year they had 4 of them. For just this is just the Halloween stuff. That's not even counting the Christmas stuff yet. And so he said, of course they got this green color. It's the color this year. It's green. One year I think it was purple, one year it was gray, and another it was red. So I kind of like that they changed the color of the tags. So anyway, let's try him out. So, oh, they also have this little glittery thing going on this year. This one's like a vinyl material right here that's been sewn on with the bugs on it. And then it's embroidered right here, and embroidered. His eyes are embroidered. So I can't play this for very long because the copyright thing will pick up on it. I've had that happen. So he kind of just goes back and forth, and his bugs light up and his mouth lights up. So that's pretty cool. So there's that one. And the next one is, I got this Jack, and he's in this jack-o'-lantern here, coming out, and he's got this glittery mouth and eyes. And this is all embroidered around it. And on the back, pretty simple. Now he does all kinds of stuff. I turned him on earlier, so I have to watch him not to bounce into anything. Woo! He likes to move around quite a bit, and he goes, he sways back and forth. And up and down. So that one's pretty cool. He kind of like lifts out of there and tilts to the side, and his thing rolls around everywhere. So he's more active than some of them. The next one is the Sally one. And this one's really cute. For the Sallys. Usually the ones in the past I don't think looked as good as this one. I think this one looks pretty cute. She's got the ribbed fabric for her hair. But when I turn her on, she stirs her hand in this pot, which is really cute. Also plays This Is Halloween. It'd be nice she did Sally's song, but... So yeah, she just stirs her hand in there, which is really cute. I kind of wish, though, that this was that cauldron, whatever, that she makes the soup in, because I never see her stir anything in the Deadly Nightshade. She puts stuff in it, but I never seen her do that. So this would be nicer if this was that cauldron of green soup, but that's okay. So I guess that's the, they got the spoon thing going on this year with her, with the statue, and then with this. So pretty cute. And then the last one I have is Zero. Who also has this glittery eye thing going on that Jack had. Okay, so let's see. And he moves his ears. And his nose lights up. So that's really cute. Oh, I think he moves his head too. Or it's just his ears. Yeah, that's forcing his head to move maybe, but... So he's really cute. He doesn't like to sit up very well, so you may have to force him down a little bit. It's really cute. And then the last thing I have is one of these 9-inch plush, I think they call these things. Right here. I have the other ones. This one is, they changed his expression on his face. And he's got a striped suit on here. So there's that one. And I think this year they re-released some of the ones they had in past, because they got Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and I think they're the same as they were the previous year. I'll have to go back and really look at their faces and compare them to ones I already have to make sure they didn't change something. But I think they're the same. So here's this one. And then I went ahead and grabbed those other ornaments I had from the 2018 and 2019, so you can kind of see the contrast, the differences in those. So the 2021 is considerably different here. They stacked it versus what they did with these two. So pretty cute. And that's it, guys. That's going to conclude this video. I thank you for watching. I'm going to provide a list in the description of prices for what each item originally cost, the retail on each item, since I couldn't remember the exact amount on some of these items. So I'll go ahead and post that in the description so you have that information if you're interested in that information. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and bye.